But we move on, gentlemen. Let me just pull this fixtures up here. So the closing fixture for Monday night is the closing fixture for Group D, and that is France taking on Austria. Now, Austria doesn't have their star player in David Alaba there, but he is available as a off-field captain, so he's obviously going to have a big role to play for the team. The French team, we can only speak highly of because they are ranked the favorites for this competition. As Babu obviously chosen to be the one that's going to be victorious, and they're going to win the Euro according to Babu. But wouldn't it be funny if they come up short against Austria in their opening fixture? Just imagine they come up in this game and they lose 2-1 or 2-0 against Austria. What would that do for the?
It would be fantastic to see. It would be fantastic.
You see, it would be fantastic. Babu, can you give us your little preview on the Austria-French game? Obviously, since you have France as your number one pick, I think it might be difficult.
I think France could play a second team, not even the first team choice, and it will be too much for Austria. France's squad depth is crazy. Because if you think about it, your starting lineup could be, your first choice would be Griezmann, Tchouaméni, Camavinga. That would be like Griezmann in the 10, Tchouaméni and Camavinga playing like as holding double pivots. But then say now they out. You have Zaire Emery from PSG. You have N'Golo Kante, and you have Yusuf Fofana. Like that's still decent. Rabiot also. What are we saying? This team is gonna be too strong. We have Olivier Giroud. He's gonna bang in goals this Euros, bro. That man, they think he's past his prime. He's not, bro. He's just that guy. And then you have Dembele, Randall Koulibaly, you have Marcus Thuram, you have Kingsley Coman, Kylian. Bro, Dembele, what are we saying? This Austria team don't have a chance.
France have a fantastic side. They're fantastic side. I think, like Ross also mentioned, Austria, they're missing their talisman as well. So it seems to be like it's just going to be a long day for Austria. However, they've also been one of those nations that have never been a team that just rolls over for the next man. You know what I mean? They've always sort of, I would say, stepped up and made it a bit of a performance or a bit of made it challenging for the opponent. France are clear favourites going into this game 100%. You know what I mean? And look, it's very difficult for me to even say Austria can get something out of this, and it would be fantastic if they do, you know what I mean? It would be fantastic. But I think this just has a making of France collecting 3 points. Them. You know what I mean? Yeah, smashing them. I was saying collecting 3 points to be respectful, but honestly, it's going to be a high five, bro. You know what I mean? High five.
Yeah, 100%. I can see it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think they will probably win like 4-0. Let's just put it out there. That's my prediction.
Is that your final prediction, Matthew?
Yeah, for France.
Okay.
Quick question. I just had a thought. Like you mentioned now the other day when we were breaking down the England game. Like this is England's golden generation going forward. Do we think this is France's golden generation? With
I think it's safe to say that.
Like I don't think I can remember France team being this deep.
Look here, France had some amazing players back in the day, bro. Like, okay, I'm gonna go obviously late 90s. You know what I mean? We look at the teams. I mean, Zidane, Henry, Pierre. You know what I mean? All 3 of those players. But I don't think any footballer in that France team today is in the same room as those 3 players that I just mentioned.
Nah, understandable. I'm not saying in terms of players. I'm just saying in terms of squad. Like, is this squad?
I know Bob was asking.
This squad is way deeper than that team. Because back in the day, you maybe had Henry and then an aging Nicolas Anelka with Zidane at the back. But if any or one of those players get injured, the drop-off, it's not going to be. Like, if God forbid, Kylian gets a niggle, you have Dembele, you have Marcus Thuram, you have Kingsley Coman that can just slot in. You even have Bokola that can slot in. This is all young players that's playing in first team.
I think that's a massive drop-off, though. Not a massive drop, but from Mbappe to Coman, it's quite a it's not a drop off. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's like I think Koeman will maybe could even start in that France team alongside Mbappe. Wouldn't you say?
You know
But
what
you
I'm
can
gonna
go
say?
Mbappe, Dembele, and then Koeman. And then that's the fastest front three this tournament will see.
Pretty quick,
Like-
yeah. Dembele's final product though is a bit questionable for me. I
Yeah,
always
of
thought
course.
he's very good, both his feet running with it, but then the final product, I'm like, yo, his crosses are absolutely terrifying. It's like terrible. It sucks. But everything
That's
else
why
he does everything else very well, bruh. He does everything else very well. Dribbling, collecting the ball, taking a defender on, he's brilliant at it. But then to cross for Giroud, I'm like, yo, where are you kicking the ball to? Just like, why is he always undercross or overcross? He never gets it right.
Do you know?
Always gets it wrong.
Giroud's son asked him, Dad, you play with Kylian Mbappe? And he was like, no. Mbappe plays with me, son. That's
right.
Nah, put the respect on that man's name, bro.
Yes, you have
That
to.
man's-
You have to.
France's top goal scorer
Yeah, you have to put respect on his name.
through all the chance strikers that they had.
Yes, even Henri and Trezeguet,
Fucking
all those guys.
Giroud.
But this is what I'm going to
That's
say
the guy.
to step into the conversation with the golden generation that Bob was asking, because I didn't get a chance to answer it. And if you look at the generation of the France team that won the World Cup and the Euros, that was also the team when Henri was in it, and they did it, and they didn't win anything after that again. They went to another final in 2006, and they fell short after that. What makes this team very good in the generation is that they win the World Cup with Mbappe.
Yeah, they won it in 2018.
And then didn't they win the Euro also?
2018 they won it. They
won
didn't remember Portugal.
They won the Euro.
No.
Portugal won
No.
Portugal
They
won
won
in 2016.
2016 Euro.
2018.
There you
No.
go.
Portugal won in 2016 Euro. Ronaldo won it. Eden scored the last goal in the final. I watched that game. I think Ross, you also watched it with me. I don't know if you can remember.
I watched it. Yeah.
And then 2018, France won the World Cup. Mbappe, teenage kicks, wall at his feet, beat the jury. 2018, and then 2020 was the Italian one. Italy beat England in the what you call
So
it?
let's say-
Because
what you
remember,
said, France
COVID,
did-
so they had to postpone it.
Yes. So what you're saying is that the French team did win the Euro and the World Cup.
No, they only won the World Cup. This French
Only
team.
won the World Cup. That's
Remember the
French
one
team
who
won the
Henri
World Cup.
them won all of it.
Yeah.
That's why I
They won
argue
two.
that team that won all of it is better than the team that still has to prove themselves. Not prove themselves, but still going.
But then
other
what you're
things.
saying is it's still kind of answering Babu's question, because this is the generation
What is
of
the
French
golden
teams.
generation is what
Yes.
he's asking. Yeah.
Yes. And this generation of
It's difficult.
the French. No, but we're not comparing them to that generation. We can argue that the generation of back then was the gold generation because they won both competitions. So that makes them golden, right? But they don't play anymore. It's more than 40 years since they played football. So you have to argue that the team that they have now is there. This is the French golden team. This is what they've got. This is the next youngsters. Because the team is fairly young.
Yeah, to
though.
do yeah.
They're fairly
100%.
young. This team, you can definitely see this team playing World Cup again. William Saliba, this team is full of children. So
Yeah, like
I
this
think
team will
that's
go.
kind of-
The squad will
quite
still go
far.
to the World Cup together.
yes, the same players. So I
Besides
think it's-
Giroud.
But yeah, he's old. But I think that's what answers the question for me, is that it is the golden generation. You know what I mean? Because this is the team that French is producing now. This is what they are producing.
Especially if you're saying that's England's golden generation as well. Like, bro, like England hasn't. They only won the World Cup once. That was in like 1960. Like the first one, I think 64 side, 66. Bro, like, and now they're saying this is the golden generation. So I think if you're using that metric, you gotta say this is France's golden
You have
generation.
to, because
Look
you
at the
can't
players.
compare the generations. Because the
Star-studded.
gaps are so far, man. It's not like England can go fetch Gerrard and come let him play again, or France can go fetch Henri and say come play. You can't. They can't do it. So you have to compare with what they have right now. You know what I mean? So I think the French team, to answer Barbara's question, is geared up to go and compete in all France for quite some time, because they're very young. They're a very young squad.
Also, like if because like the question was brought up, did they, like when you asked like did they win the Euros? They made 2016. They were finalists. Then they went into the World Cup, won it. Then came back to the World Cup, and then was finalists again. So
Yes,
like
they
this,
lost the finals.
like Deschamps is doing a job, and that's why
Mm.
he's not stepping down anytime soon. Because this man just
Yeah.
seeing success after success,
Yeah,
even though he's not
Deschamps.
picking up like trophies, but
Yeah.
his team making to a
consistent.
final.
They won back-to-back World Cup finals. So that I think that's a success. And they won one of it, of course. So
That's wild. That's
wild, bro. Like it means they don't speak about France won back-to-back
sick.
World Cup finals, bro. And let's be completely real, bro. Like they should have won that final against Argentina as well. Like World Cup final hat-trick, bro. Like who does that? Who
But
does that?
But the rest of the Finnish team in that game wasn't performing with him. They didn't help him buffer it. He had to do it
But
alone.
there was that shot, and also I think it was Dembele who could have flipped and won the game.
Yeah, you can't bet your house on Dembele, bro. That man's gonna miss every time. He doesn't score. So I think we all agreement that France is gonna win this Australian game, right? And that closes off
4-0,
Monday's fixtures. 4-0. Yeah, it could be peak for Austria, unfortunately. But anyway, we move on, gentlemen.